My grandmother made me tape a single hair across my bedroom door every night I stayed over, and never once said why. I was 11 the morning it was lying on the floor. I found it curled on the carpet at 6 a.m., and my stomach dropped before I even understood why. I ran to the kitchen. Grandma, the hair. It fell. She set down her coffee so slowly the mug didn't make a sound. Fell, or was it broken? Broken. It was on the floor. Her face did something I'd never seen it do. It went still. Not calm. Empty. Go sit in the car, sweetheart. Lock the doors. Don't come back in until I wave. Grandma, what's wrong? Now, Ellie, I didn't move. You have to tell me. You never tell me. Every single night. Tape the hair, don't ask, go to sleep. I'm 11, I'm not a baby. She looked at me for a long time. Then she pulled out the kitchen chair. Sit down. You want to know, you'll know. 6 years ago, your Uncle Danny moved back in with me. My son, your mother's brother. She folded her hands. Your mother stopped bringing you here when you were 4. She wouldn't say why. She just said not while he's in that house. Uncle Danny? He's nice. He gives me $20. I know he does. Her voice didn't change. When your mother was your age, I taped a hair across her door too. Same as yours. And one morning it was on the floor. And she wouldn't look at me and I didn't ask the right questions. I told myself it fell. Her hands were shaking now. I've spent 30 years making sure I never make that mistake twice. I felt cold all over. The hair tells you if someone opened my door. The hair tells me if someone opened your door. But it never fell before. No, she said. It never did. Because he knew I was watching. And last night he stopped being afraid of me. She stood up. You said the car. I meant it. I went to the car. I didn't lock it. I cracked the window and I watched the house. She didn't call the police. She walked to the shed first, and when she came back she had my grandfather's old deer rifle, and I'd never seen her hold anything but a coffee mug. She went in the front door. I counted my own breathing. 1 minute, 2. Then I heard him. Danny. Through the screen, his voice high and fast. Ma, put that down. What are you doing? Sit in the chair. Ma, sit. I slid out of the car. I crept to the porch. I could see them through the window. Danny in the kitchen chair, hands up. My grandmother across the table, the rifle flat on the wood under her palm, pointed at nothing, which was somehow worse. I checked her door this morning, Grandma said. I didn't finish. I check it every morning, Danny, and every night before she sleeps, I don't just tape a hair. I turn on the little recorder in the vent, the one I bought after what you did to your sister. Her hand didn't move off the gun. So before you tell me another lie, understand that I already know exactly what I'm going to hear when I play it back. The kitchen went silent. Danny's face fell apart in pieces. I only opened the door, he whispered. I swear to God, Ma, I only looked. You opened the door, she repeated. After 30 years of knowing you were the kind of man who opens the door. She was asleep. Nothing happened. Because the hair broke and it woke me, and I stood in the hallway the whole rest of the night with this in my hands. She finally lifted the rifle an inch. You were going to come back. You were waiting for me to fall asleep. He started crying. Actual crying. Ma, please. I'm your son. So was the choice I made about your sister. And she doesn't speak to me anymore. That's the last decision I make wrong. She reached into her cardigan and set her phone on the table. Screen up, a call already dialed and connected and counting the seconds. The dispatcher's tinny voice came out of it. Sir, ma'am, are you still there? Officers are 2 minutes out. Danny lunged for the door. My grandmother stood, and she was between him and it, 71 years old and completely unafraid. And she said the only thing she ever said about the hair, in a voice like a closing lock. You were never afraid of me. You were afraid of what I was recording. You should have been afraid of both.